Vibrancy is appreciated everywhere, in your life and your community. Not so sure about your life, but I can definitely help you make your community vibrant. Stay tuned. Hi guys, we're here to watch Community Building 101. By now you've already learned how to grow your community and increase your engagement numbers quickly. But if you have your own community, you'll know that just numbers aren't enough. So in this video, I'll be helping you with creating a vibrant community that new members join because they want to, without you having to nudge or insist. So let's wait no more and get started. First things first, you want to start finding those areas in your MVP community that are must-haves, good-to-haves, and okay-to-haves, and slowly wean off high-touch manual intervention. Let me tell you what I mean by this. Must-haves are non-negotiable community needs that are mandatory for your members. Should-haves are important initiatives that are not vital, but add significant value. Could-haves are nice-to-have initiatives that will have a small impact if left out. And finally, will-not-haves are initiatives that are not priority for this specific time frame. Once you identify your priorities, you can automate process and build robustness into the system. Hence, this process is super important for your community. Now, I'm going to let you into a widely known secret. In internet culture, the 90 to 9 to 1% is a thumb rule pertaining to participation in an online community. In most online communities, 90% of users are lurkers who never contribute. 9% of users contribute little, and 1% of users account for all the action. Therefore, as you scale to 100 members, the percentage of super users in your community will gradually start to decrease until it eventually plateaus at the 90 to 9 to 1 rule. But how do you get it going? First, find out your super users. And once you've identified them, you have to activate them. You essentially have to fake it till you make it. What I mean is that you have to reach out to your power users and ask them to post articles and resources. This will portray to others that the community is active. When you finally get to 10 engaged members, not total 10 members, who are posting over and over again, it actually ends up organically spurring that behavior from the rest of the community. Congratulations! Now you don't have to nudge people anymore. It just becomes an ingrained habit. But things are not as easy as they sound. You would have to undertake several experiments to find out what works. How would you even know when to stop doing things that don't scale? Well, you will eventually exhaust your capacity to onboard every single member. I don't mean tired or bored of doing it, but physically impossible to do it. Then you should build a product-led onboarding to automate that white glove concierge service where you can create a guided walkthrough and a checklist with the different actions to complete in your first week, like asking your first questions, responding to a forum post, or sharing your first resource post. In this process, don't forget your founding principles. Write down all the principles that you envision you'd live out. By including this in your onboarding, you're ensuring that new members are committing to those principles. Remember what we discussed in the previous videos? If you try and make a community for everyone, you end up making it for no one. Set an incredibly high bar for those who make it into the community and those who don't. This is critical to long-term success. If you want to know more about this philosophy, check out our previous video on how to help your community take off. Once a community gets to a certain size, things gain traction organically. Each new action you add to your community, it will take tons of legwork, nudging, and prompting to get your community members to follow suit. There was one question that puzzled me for a big part of my life. If everything's so easy, why do so many communities fail? Here's what I discovered. The missing ingredient in many would-be communities is dedication. One-off events are the enemy, so you need to give potential community members the chance to keep showing up or to raise their hands to take on responsibilities. You should tap into your early community members to help crystallize the roadmap for what comes next. Run experiments. And just because an experiment failed once doesn't mean it's not worth revisiting further down the line. When you have a strong hunch about who you want and why you are gathering, you are better equipped to decide what to do next.